those of you who don't know me, like Rose said, I'm going to be a senior at Rains Cross School next year. In our morning classes, we've been working on gesture drawing, and that's basically where we have one of the students in our, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, shoot. Okay, I got it, sorry. It's basically where we have one of the students in our class model for a short pose, and we have to sketch it really quickly, and we've been working on sketching not just the outline, but working from the inside out and really capturing the movement and where the weight in the body falls, and so it looks more natural and not stressed. And so that's also using not hatched lines like I normally do, but instead using flowing continuous lines. So this is my personal piece, and it is San Domenico. And I'm sure most of you have seen it either in your arts and ideas class or just walking around. And for me, I was really, I fell in love when I saw it. I thought it was such a pretty building, and it really captured, like, for me, the essence of Spoleto. And so even our art studio has a perfect view of the church. So I thought it would be a good idea to not do the typical frontal view, but to be able to capture a different angle. So this is my personal piece. So basically, I started off here with, sketching out the lines and trying to get everything to represent like where they are in relation to everything else. And for my next one, I added the sky, and then I did a little bit more base because I'm really working towards getting more specific, but starting off in a general sense. So here I use a lot of blacks, and this is the next one changes a lot. So, okay, so this is the next day, and you can see I started adding a lot more color because one of the things we've been working on for me is being able to recognize colors within shadows and not sticking to the basic blacks and grays, which you normally think of as being shadow colors. So I started adding in more purples and blues, the cooler tones, to represent the shadows. And you can see in the tower up there, I really increased the contrast between the left side of the tower and the right side of the tower to capture the way the light was hitting it. It was a yellow tone on the left, and then it was a lot cooler colors on the right, and that gave it a lot more of a dimension. And so I also started adding texture into the bricks on the main wall. And okay, so here I added more texture into the tiles of the roof, and I started adding more dimensions to the windows and really defining them more. And that's where I also brought in the cooler colors for the shadows and really trying to capture the basic essence of the window, but not necessarily each individual part of it. And so the next one. Okay, so this is where I added all of the roof tiles towards the bottom, and I really struggled with that in the sense that I could not get the perspective to be right, and so I had to redo it a little bit, but I really enjoyed adding like the individual tiles and getting the different colors in and making each tile kind of stand out. And I added more, the purple tones, and I added more to the sky of blue because when you're using chalk pastel, a lot of times it just rubs off really easily, and so I had to spray it with a fixative, and that sometimes takes away some of the lighting, so I had to go back in and add more of the texture and the light. And then I think there should be one more. Okay, I think this is the finished one. So this is my finished piece of work, and you can see I kind of fixed more the perspective of the roof, trying to get it so that it's angled and it looks more realistic. I kind of, I added more clouds to the sky, and I don't know if you noticed, but the window to the very right, the stained glass window, I spent a long time getting it to look straight, because when you're sitting down at an angle, which I was looking out from our studio, I could not get the window to be straight. It kept ending up being crooked. And so I was finally able to fix it and make it look more realistic. And so this is my finished work.